khilaf about the face it's a well-known khilaf. The majority of scholars do not consider the face to be awra or the hands of a woman. But there are many, many scholars, and if you probably took a consensus, you'd find, I don't know, I don't want to say that, but there are many, many scholars that argued that when times get corrupt, then women should cover their faces. And this is why you got veiling became so prevalent in many, many Muslim countries. But veiling is not, it was not the practice of that early community. The Hajj, the woman is not permitted to wear a veil during the Hajj, going around Kaaba, or to wear gloves. And these were actually things that come in when you have, there was a urf, undeniably, and there were certain Arabs that used the burqa as well, which was in the Jahili poetry. But women tended to have a khimar, which is a head covering. And this is why people that say, oh, there's no headscarf in the Quran, they don't know Arabic, because the khumar in the Quran that's mentioned are the head coverings. And they were told to take their head coverings, which was jahili urf, and to cover the bosom, the jiyub. The jayb is a cut, like your jayb in your pocket is a cut. So the jayb is the neckline of the woman's clothes. So the women were told to take the khumar, the khimar, and then to cover with it the bosom, because the Jahili women would cover their heads, but they would leave their cleavage open. And so Allah told them, no, cover the head and the cleavage, which is why a lot of the traditional way of wearing the headscarf was to use the khimar and to cover the front with it as well. And you'll still see that. But that's not, they don't have to do that. They can use other material to do that. That's the Quranic injunction was because that's the material that they had. So as long as they're covered, whether they do it with the khimar or with the whatever clothes they're wearing. So, and then you have the chadur, which is probably closer to what the early women wore. They had an outer garment that they would wear, and they could hold it with their, so they didn't have a face veil, but they could cover their faces when they wanted to, and they certainly did that. And there's plenty of evidence. But the hadith of at the Hajj, when the Prophet ﷺ was giving the farewell khutbah, is very clear, because he took the face of Al-Abbas' son, and he moved it away because he was staring at a woman, and he turned his face away from her. So he didn't tell the woman to cover her face. He told the man to lower his gaze. And so what he's saying is it's not permissible when there's a fitna, and also if looking for any long period of time will lead to a fitna. And again, when they say fitna, they're talking about ladha. So next one.